Yeah, that's exactly right, Jim. The Israeli Prime Minister continuing to deny the reality of starvation on the ground in Gaza, even as his government has now taken steps to implement effectively ceasefires for 10 hours a day in certain parts of the Gaza Strip to help facilitate the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza. We have seen those tactical pauses now go into effect for the last 2 days. Yesterday, we know that about 120 trucks from the United Nations were able to make their way into the Gaza Strip. And so we are starting to see efforts to alleviate the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. But even as that is happening, the Israeli Prime Minister is still denying reality.
There is no starvation in Gaza. We enable humanitarian aid throughout the duration of the war to enter Gaza. Otherwise, there would be no Gazans.
We can save a lot of people. I mean, some of those kids that's real starvation stuff. I see it. And you can't fake that. So we're going to be even more involved.
And now President Trump also talked about establishing food centers in Gaza. Nobody really knows exactly what the president is talking about. He could have been referencing those Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites, which are backed by, established by a private American organization, now backed by money from the U.S. State Department, but have also been where the majority of the violence that has taken place as people have tried to make their way to those aid distribution sites and Israeli forces have opened fire. Now, in terms of the impact of these latest Israeli policies, these tactical pauses and all of that, it will really be judged by how long those policies actually remain in effect, as the United Nations makes clear that much more aid than just 100 trucks a day is going to need to get into the Gaza Strip in order to even begin to alleviate what is happening in Gaza. But those new Israeli policies to facilitate the distribution of aid in Gaza are perhaps the best evidence yet, Jim, that Israel has in the past restricted the flow of aid distribution in Gaza. And of course, they could have taken these steps, which the United Nations and other aid organizations have urged them to take for much longer now. They could have taken those steps, for example, before the 77 people inside of Gaza who have died of malnutrition in just the last month passed away. Jim.